your hospital, the unit actually purchased one of these beds that will stay down here. So to turn it on, 3-step process. Plug it in, it's 2 different plugs, okay, because it does have a built-in scale. So plug it in, 2 different plugs. There's an on-off switch in the back, and then a power switch right here. Before I forget, everything I'm gonna tell you will be on this quick reference guide right here. So in 6 months, when you see this bed again, get out of the closet, wherever you're gonna keep it, you know, as far as turning it on and how to set everything, it'll be right here. Also, I'm going to show you this Icon customer support service that you can call them for clinical questions anytime 24/7, okay? So powering it on, when you power on right here, it defaults to pre-warm mode. And when you first turn it on, it will power at 100%, okay? To quickly warm up that bed for 3 minutes at 100%. Then it drops down to 60% for about 12 minutes. And then it'll go down to about 3 bars, which is 30%. And then no alarms will happen when you're at 30%, okay? But when the baby comes, 30% is not gonna be enough to keep that baby warm. You're gonna wanna switch it now to manual mode. And then these up and down arrows, you are the one that controls the amount of heat this baby's gonna get when you're in manual mode. So there you go, we're at 100% powered. The thing to know about in manual mode, after 10 minutes, you will get an alarm up here that says check your patient, just to make sure that this baby's not overheating underneath, okay? If you don't alarm silence that and acknowledge it, yes, I know I'm under here at 100% heat, then 5 minutes later, it's gonna shut the heat off as a safety concern, okay? If your baby is gonna stay under the warmer for an extended period of time, it's recommended that you attach a temperature probe to the baby and you switch it to baby mode and let the baby drive the heat, okay? So these disposable probes come with the temperature reflective cover here. You put it over the liver area here, and now I'm getting a readout of my baby's skin temp, okay? The baby's skin temperature is set at 36.5. You can adjust that. It will default to 36.5, but that's a good number, so don't worry about adjusting it if you don't need to. Here's where you will get an alarm, and it's because my baby's skin temp is 1 degree less than what I want it to be. So there's our favorite button there, an alarm silence button, okay? So that's baby mode. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch back so while I'm talking, you won't continue to get that alarm. So again, anything at 30% 3-bar power, you're not gonna get an alarm, you know, to say check your patient and have to, you know, set that. All right, just a couple other buttons here. You got an APGAR timer here. So if you're using this in a delivery capacity, or it could be used just as a stopwatch, you got an APGAR timer here. You also, this button here has a picture of a key on it. If it's lit up, it's protected where you can't make any changes. And then you got a big light here, okay? There's your exam light. And again, the power button there. Now let's go down to the resuscitation component of the bed and what it offers. The most important button to know, again, we have it plugged into the wall. We got air and oxygen plugged into the wall. But to turn everything on, including the suction, to power the suction, you hit this button right here, okay? So now, because you have a blender, you can go anywhere from 21% to 100% oxygen up here. Your suction is right here, so I'm turning it on. Here's your tubing that goes to this tiny little mucus trap down here. You occlude your tubing, and here's your dial. And NRP teaches anything 80 to 100 for babies, okay? So there our suction is on and ready to go. Now, this part is your oxygen T-piece resuscitation component, all right? So this right here is a T-piece resuscitator, all right? You can use this instead of your self-inflating bag, all right? If you're using a self-inflating ambu bag, you would hook it up to this outlet here, and here's the flow meter for that. So NRP teaches 10 liters. So we set that to 10. You can put your oxygen tubing there, or you can put your self-inflating bag. But it also has the capability of having a T-piece resuscitator. So plug that hose in there, attach your mask, occlude the mask, look at your manometer, and first thing you're gonna do is set your CPAP, which is right here, this knob right here. Then this is where you would give a baby a breath, all right? And then you're looking at your manometer here for your peak inspiratory pressure. And if you want to adjust that, it's this knob right here, okay? So outlets, just think for the outlet here, this is your flow meter, and then there you go. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. The last thing we're gonna do is weigh the baby. So before I get to that, let me show you a little bit more about the bed, the design of the bed. If you gotta do an x-ray on your baby, you can totally move this out of the way on either side. You can get to your baby by putting the side panels down here. Okay, down here, you need to intubate. Use the gray handles for movement. You got accessories on either side. You got a drawer or a little tray here. You got a drawer that goes in and out on either side. And on either side, you've got pedals that raise and lower the height of the bed. Now, if you want to weigh your baby, right here is a scale to know your level. This little wheel right here is where you adjust the head of the bed. So if you want your baby's head to be like that, and then it goes the other way. But let's say we're going to weigh the baby, and we want the bubble to be in the middle. So there we go, our scale is level. Now there's an on-off switch in the back here. So right now it's on, but if it wasn't on, you would just turn your on switch right here. Heidi, I'm gonna have you do the honors. So the weigh button there. You see the picture of the baby being lifted up? I'll go ahead and do this.
Sorry.
There we go, picture of the baby being lifted up. After it zeros, a picture of the baby being placed back down. All right, and there is our weight in grams. If you want to know what that is in pounds and ounces, just hit that button right there. 1 pound, 3 ounces. And there you go. If you want to do a double check, and that's this arrow right here means reweigh, so you don't have to re-zero the bed. And if the baby was never on the bed, because sometimes babies, when they're born, they put them on and weigh them as soon as they go on the bed. So this is the button for that, 0/T, and then you see the picture of the baby just being placed down, and there you go. That's it.